Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Miss Gregory. You might recognize me from last week. I teach first grade at Gibbs Elementary School, and today we are going to learn a little more about social studies and economics. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you and share with you what we're going to do today. All right, so last week we started talking about economics, and today we're specifically going to talk about some wants and needs. So if you have trouble with this video, I want you to turn on the closed captions if they're available, adjust the playback speed to slow down the video, consider watching short clips and then pausing and listening and watching again. Ask someone at your home to watch the video with you. Stop frequently and talk to your partner about what you heard and what you understand. So today our lesson objective, we will discuss wants and needs and classify what a want is and what a need is. So not only are we going to be talking about that today, but we're also going to label some wants and needs and classify them into their different categories. So on the agenda today, we will review a little bit from last week. I'm going to introduce to you our topic. We're going to read about it, talk about it, and write about it. Now, you may recognize that those phrases from our ELA lessons or our language arts lessons and our reading lessons, because a lot of times we say we're going to read about it, talk about it, write about it, and you're going to do exactly that today in our social studies lesson. So let's review. So last week, Miss Gregory taught you about goods and services, producers and consumers. And so those were some key vocabulary words that we wanted to stick in our brain and remember. And so I'm going to review those with you now. So remember, our goods were things that were made or grown and things that you can buy. And we also learned that we have some goods in our own state, that we have some great products made right here in our state. Services are things that people do for others. We also know of several services within our community that are done for others, and we are very thankful for those. Now, we also have some producers and some consumers. Now, our producers are someone who makes or grows goods or offers services. So it can be either or. They can offer services or they can make or grow the goods. Now, consumers are the people who buy the goods or the services. So those vocabulary words are super important when we're talking about economics. So let's hop off here for just a minute and let's watch a short video clip from our Studies Weekly to introduce to us what our wants and our needs are. So we're going to hop off. I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick, and then I am going to pull up our video. And we're going to watch very quickly about our wants and needs from our curriculum.
Today, we're going to learn about needs and wants. A need is something we can't live without. A want is something we would like to have, but we can live without it. Let's say we were going on an adventure in the woods. Ooh, can I go? Oh, easy, Frank. Of course you can go. What are some things we will need for this trip? Remember, these are needs. So things like toys, phones, and books might be fun to have, but they aren't a need. You'll need food. You'll need water. You'll need warm clothes because it gets cold at night. But don't overdo it because remember, you have to carry everything too. You'll also need shelter, like a tent and a sleeping bag. It's good to have something to carry it all in too. Ready, Frank? Let's go. What are your needs and wants? See you next time, and keep learning. I got it. My bad.
All right, perfect. So Gary taught us about our needs and our wants. So we're going to talk a little bit today about needs and wants. All right. So he told us that our needs were something that we have to survive, and our wants are things that we would like to have. So we don't necessarily have to have them. So I want to take just a minute and I want to read a little bit about some needs and some wants. So today we're going to read together. So I want you to take a deep breath. I'm going to read and I want you to follow along with me. What I'm going to do is I am going to give you just a few seconds to whisper read at your home, and then we will all come in and read together, okay? So let's read the title together, Needs and Wants. Now, this is where you will take just a little bit of time at your home to whisper read. All right, let's read together. We all need things. We need food, water, and air. We need a home and clothing too. Go ahead and whisper read. Let's read together. We all want things. We want things that make us happy. We want things that are fun. All right, I want you to stop there and I want you to think about these questions. On page 3, we saw some things that we need to survive. We have to have these things, okay? Everybody needs these things, food and water and air, okay? We also need shelter, some sort of shelter, and some clothing. And then they talked a little bit about some wants. These wants, they make us happy. So we don't have to have them. They just make us happy and we like to have them. They are fun. Let's read a little bit more. Go ahead and whisper read this page to yourself at your home. Let's read together. Erin needs water to drink. She wants a glass of lemonade. Whisper read. Let's read together. Jacob needs food to eat. He wants pasta for dinner. So on those 2 pages, we saw that we need water and we need food, but sometimes we like to choose or want something else. Let's whisper read. Let's read together. Erin needs a warm coat for the winter. She wants a long red coat. Whisper read at your home. Let's read together. Jacob needs air to breathe. He wants some wind to blow his kite. So there on those 2 pages, we now see that we need some warm clothing, but it would be nice to pick out the one that they would like. Or Jacob needs the air to breathe, but he also wants some of the wind to help him have fun and fly his kite. So we're seeing some needs and wants. Whisper read. And let's read together. Erin needs to stay safe from the storm. She wants to go under her bed. So Erin needs the shelter, but she doesn't have to go under her bed to be in shelter. She's in shelter in her house, but she wants to be under her bed. She may feel more secure that way. Go ahead and whisper read. Let's read together. Jacob needs a way to get to school. He wants a new bike. So Jacob needs to be able to get to school, but he would prefer to ride a new bike to school. So we have a little bit of a need, and then we have a want. Go ahead and whisper read. Let's read together. Erin needs to read a book for school. She wants to read a funny book. Now, if you have a parent there with you or a guardian there with you, turn to them and tell them what Erin's need is on this page. Now, turn and tell your parent or your guardian what Erin wants to do. Wonderful job. Let's read, whisper read at your home. Let's read together. What kind of things do you want? Do you really need those things? The end. All right, so Erin and Jacob taught us a lot about some different wants and needs. So let's remind ourselves what a need is. It's a thing that you must have. You have to have this need to survive. There are many kinds of needs. You need food and water to live. You need clothes to stay warm. You need books and pencils for school. The things you need are more important than the things that you want. So a need is something that you have to have. Now, a want is something that you would like to have. Okay, it's something that you want to have, something that you would like to have. Maybe instead of pizza for dinner, you would like to have spaghetti, but pizza is a need because it's food. So you're going to eat that food. What are some of your favorite games? What are your favorite toys? Do you have a favorite book? It is great to get what you want. But if you don't get what you want, you'll still be okay. So look at all this pile of toys. It is great to want some of these things, but guess what? If we don't get that specific toy or that video game or that snack that we really, really wanted, but we have something instead, that fills our need, okay? That fills our need. And so let's play a little game. I want you to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So if it's a need, you're going to give me a thumbs up. If it's a want, you're going to give me a thumbs down. Okay? All right, here we go. A need. Is it a need or a want? This video game. A need or a want? It's a want. That's exactly right. We don't need a video game to survive. Let's go to the next one. Water. Is it a need or a want? Good. Water is a need. We have to have it to survive. All right, our next one. Food. Food. Is it a need or a want? Food. Good. It's a need. We have to have it. A computer. Is it a need or a want? Good. It's a want. We don't have to have it to survive. A house or shelter. Let's call it shelter. Is shelter a need or a want? Good. A need. We need shelter to survive. A friend. Now this one's tricky. a friend. Some of us may want to say in between because, yes, we want to have a friend to survive. Do we need one? I mean, technically, no, but we like to have one. So we can say in the middle. Toys. Is it a need or a want? It is a want. It is a want. And last but not least, chocolate. Is that a need or a want? That is a want. Even though we love chocolate, it's a want. We don't have to have it. Wonderful job. Round of applause for you. All right. So now that we've read about it, we've talked about it, and it's your turn to write about it. So at home, if you have your quick write journal or just a piece of paper, you are going to draw or write about one thing you need and one thing you really want. Why do you want this? Why is it a want instead of a need? Remember to use correct punctuation, spelling, and grammar. I've put some sentence starters down here if you need them. Blank is something I need. Blank is something I really want because, and blank is a want because. So Miss Gregory has given you a few sentence starters that you can use if you want to. You don't have to use them. Now remember, you are welcome to draw something that you need and something that you really want and then tell someone else about it. But I want you to do your quick write just like you would do at school. Remember, quick writes have our 2 to 3 sentences, correct punctuation and spelling. We're going to refer back to the lesson or the text. So think back to what Jacob and our friends taught us about needs and wants and what a need was. Remember, needs are food and water and shelter and clothing to keep us warm. And then our wants are the toys or the choices of different things, okay? So you want to make sure that you refer back to that lesson and back to the information that we've done today, okay? All right, so that's it for today. Go ahead and start working on your quick write. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.